Here's a secret nobody tells you about exploring Spain after 55. The real magic isn't in Barcelona's crowded streets or Madrid's endless lines. It's in the places you've probably never heard of, where a glass of excellent local wine costs €1.50, and you can actually hear your own thoughts in the medieval square. Last month, I watched tourists battle for tables and pay €18 for bland paella in Barcelona. This week, I'm in Cáceres, paying €35 for a boutique hotel, eating world-class food, and haven't heard English in days. It's not isolation, it's immersion, and it's a Spain most travelers over 55 never even discover. Let's break down the numbers, because that's where the transformation happens. In Barcelona, just a basic hotel runs about €150 a night. In Salamanca, a 4-star in the historic center, €45. Restaurant meal in Barcelona, you're looking at a minimum of €25. Salamanca, €8 for a full menu del dia, with wine included. Tourist attractions in Barcelona, €20 at the door every time. In Salamanca, it's mostly free or €3 for folks our age. You do the math. 1 week in Barcelona costs what 3 weeks in small city Spain can get you. And every euro saved here buys you more travel, more experiences, and more relaxation. Now, let's talk about the real game changer for mature travelers, the Renfe Senior Card. If you're 60 or over, this €30 card earns you 40% off every single train ticket in Spain for an entire year. Suddenly, first class doesn't just sound nice, it's affordable. Madrid to Salamanca in first class, €12. Barcelona to Zaragoza, €18. The trains are clean, on time, and have bathrooms that work. No small detail when you want comfort on the road. You book it all on renfe.com, which is in English, and takes US credit cards. The senior discount applies automatically when you log in. Let's get specific. Salamanca is the perfect starter city for anyone exploring Spain after 55. The entire city center is flat, paved in golden sandstone, and everything important is a 10-minute walk away. You've got 2 cathedrals, one of Europe's oldest universities, and what many call the most beautiful plaza in Spain. Stay at Hotel Rector or Microtel Placentinos, both under €50. For food, head to Maison Cervantes and order the menu del dia. The locals are used to foreign students, so they're patient with your Spanish, and you'll always feel welcome. Cáceres, down in Extremadura, feels like you've time-traveled. The old town is all 15th century palaces, towers, and winding streets. No modern buildings to spoil the view. Stay at the Parador de Cáceres, a converted palace with senior rates. €60 for a slice of luxury that would cost triple in Barcelona. Food here is a revelation. Try torta del quesar cheese, Iberian ham from acorn-fed pigs, and wines that cost €40 in Madrid, but $4 in Cáceres. At El Figón de Eustaquio, you'll get a tasting menu for €15 that would run $100 in the big cities. Ronda is a city split by a gorge, famous for Hemingway's favorite views and Spain's oldest bullring. Here's the secret for after 55. Stay in the less touristy new town, where hotels are €30, restaurants serve local workers, and you're only a short walk from the iconic bridge. Hotel San Francisco has an elevator and breakfast for €35. The train from Malaga is 2 hours through stunning scenery, just €12 with your senior discount. Cuenca is famous for its hanging houses clinging to the cliffs, but the smart move is to stay in the modern town below at Hotel Plaza, 30 euros, elevators, and easy access to buses up to the old city. The Abstract Art Museum is free for seniors. Down in the lower town, you'll find restaurants packed with construction workers and office staff, where a hearty meal runs 5 euros. The Gothic Cathedral, 2 euros for seniors, and there's a bench every few meters for a rest. Segovia is a must for its Roman aqueduct, but the city is so much more. The Alcazar Castle inspired Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle. The cathedral is Spain's last great Gothic masterpiece, and the roast suckling pig at Maison de Candido is legendary. Stay at Hotel Don Felipe, 40 euros, air conditioning, and 50 meters from the aqueduct. The bus from Madrid is 90 minutes and costs 4 euros for seniors. Make time for the Jewish Quarter, where Sephardic heritage runs deep. Food is part of the adventure in small city Spain. Menú del Día isn't tourist fodder, it's how Spanish workers eat. First course, second course, dessert, bread and wine or water, all for 8 to 12 euros. Look for places packed at 2:30 in the afternoon. That's when locals eat, and you know it's good. Always order the daily special and trust your waiter's advice. In small cities, restaurants can't survive by overcharging. Locals keep them honest. Accommodation strategy is simple in these cities. Paradors, Spain's government-run hotels in historic buildings, offer 20% off just for showing your passport if you're over 60. These are castles, monasteries, and palaces, and in small cities, they run 60 to 80 euros a night. Book at parador.es for the best rates. Most have elevators, even if they date back to the Middle Ages. Let's talk health and safety, because it's a real concern when you're traveling after 55. Small Spanish cities are safer than any US city I've visited. Violent crime is almost unheard of. Pharmacies are on every corner, and the staff often speak some English. The emergency number is 112 nationwide. Every city has a hospital up to EU standards, and if something happens, doctors can visit your hotel. But honestly, the biggest danger is eating too much jamón or drinking a little too much Rioja. Cultural immersion here is the real reward. Without English menus, you pick up Spanish food words quickly. Without the tourist crowds, you join local life. Morning coffee at the neighborhood bar, afternoon strolls when shops close, evening tapas hopping from bar to bar. On Sundays, the plaza fills with families and music. Locals are patient and helpful when you try to communicate, and those interactions become the best memories. Money is easy. Spain uses euros. ATMs are everywhere. Use the ones attached to banks for the best rates. Credit cards work nearly everywhere, except for the tiniest bars. Tipping isn't expected, but rounding up is always appreciated. All prices include tax. Senior discounts are common, but you have to ask. Precio para jubilados? Even if your Spanish isn't perfect, they'll get the message. The Spanish schedule takes a little getting used to. Shops close from 2 to 5, dinner is after 10, lunch is the main meal, and breakfast is just coffee and toast. But once you adjust, you'll find it's a civilized pace. Long lunches, afternoon rest, late social dinners, you'll start to wonder why you ever rushed through meals back home. For tech, you don't need much, but a few apps make life easier. Google Translate Offline is a lifesaver. Renfe app for train bookings. Booking.com for last-minute hotels. WhatsApp. Every Spanish business uses it. Maps.me for walking directions. A local SIM card costs about 10 euros a month and gives you more than enough data. Free Wi-Fi is everywhere. Here's a 10-day itinerary to get you started. Fly into Madrid, then take the train straight to Salamanca for 3 nights. Next, train to Cáceres for 2 nights. Bus to Cuenca for 2 nights. Train via Madrid to Segovia for your final 2 nights. Head back to Madrid for your flight home. Total transport costs with a senior card, under 50 euros. And you'll have seen more authentic Spain than any cruise passenger in Barcelona. Worried about the language? In small cities, people have time and patience. Learn 10 words. Buenos días, por favor, gracias, cuánto cuesta, dónde está la cuenta, perdón, no hablo español, habla inglés, adiós. That covers 90% of what you'll need. Point to the menu, use Google Translate's camera feature, and remember, any effort is appreciated. What convinced me to skip Barcelona for good? Sitting in Salamanca's Plaza Mayor at sunset, sipping a €2 wine, watching elderly couples promenade while students play guitars. My day cost €35 for the hotel, 12 for lunch, 8 for dinner, and 3 for museums, under €50 total. In Barcelona, that's just the hotel. But the real value was living like a local, not just observing Spain from the outside. Traveling Spain after 55 means discovering places where tourism hasn't ruined authenticity, where €50 covers comfort and culture, and where being the only foreigner in the restaurant means you've finally found the real thing. Skip Barcelona's pickpockets and crowds. Ignore Madrid's chaos. Catch that morning train to Salamanca. Wander Cáceres' medieval streets. Watch sunset from Ronda's cliffs. Stand under Segovia's aqueduct without elbowing through crowds. Eat where locals eat. Pay local prices. Experience Spain as it truly is. Warm, welcoming, affordable, and unforgettable. The Spain you're looking for is waiting in these small cities, offering the best of life, culture, and adventure after 55.